starts to kind of come together a little more.
Yeah, this Aether Gust obviously going to do a good job of keeping Igor Kerim, you know, a little more alive, but there's a spell pierce, alright, sure. Pay for it, I guess.
Easy deal.
Okay, I still have enough mana to pay for the spell pierce. What are you doing, man? I mean, yeah, sure, you get the prowess triggers, but like, what's the plan here? Oh.
There it is.
A mystical dispute as well.
Functional. Yeah, functional spell pierce enough to get in for Xaxes.
Settle the wreckage.
I'm glad you asked.
Oh my god! A 100-card historic brawl. Settle the wreckage in hand after I called it.
Riley, here we go. Nothing ventured, nothing gained here. Seasoned Pyromancer can let you ditch your hand in this case to draw 2 cards, and we need exactly 2. We need Bone Crusher Giant and an untapped red source.
Need the Bone Crusher Giant with Stomp, which stops the 9 lives from preventing damage, and we need the red source to cast the Stomp, Dennis. And wouldn't you know
there it is!
Look at that! I've always maintained, Dennis, I've always maintained that Magic is a very skill-testing game indeed, and Charizard James is showing us just how skill-based this game is, ripping the actual perfect 2 off the top here, and is going to win the game on the spot because of it.
Yo, what's up, Titan Smash? Oh no!
If this was the only way Tybalt's Trickery had ever been used, Riley, I think it would have been balanced the way Wizards intended it.
I think this is actually Magic as R&D intended. Tybalt's Trickery. Getting rid of an eye twitch? Why are you scared of an eye twitch? Now you have to deal with the lolth. What was that?
I'm terrified of an eye twitch, dude. Like, if only it had been something like a lolth, you know?
Raise the alarm. We found their win con. We didn't know what it was, and now we know. I've now found their win con. I don't like it. You fool didn't play around Triple Tithe. Listen. My opponent had Sky Tether main deck and then boarded out of all the bad cards and boarded in good cards like Memory Lapse and Teferi. How am I supposed to win if I know that? Their tempo play of 2 soldiers are going to win them the game. Oh, it hurts. Oh, it hurts. It hurts. I can't look. I can't look. Ow. Man, Valkmir is a problem.
Nope.
Oh no! Wait, what just happened? Why was this 5 mana? Oh no! It came in tap!
Oh no! It came in tap.
Oh my god! Did we do it?
Yes! I attack!
Holy shit!
I attack! I attack! I attack!
Everyone's clenching right now.
No! Oh, he lost! He lost!
I attacked! No! No! What?
Oh, he lost! Oh no! Oh man!
What? Okay, I want them to kill this first. So I play this first. And I want these 2 to cast my other spells. No! Stop, opponent! Stop it! Please stop! Please stop! Please don't do it to me. Don't cast another land destruction spell. Please, oh my... Let's go! Not distortion! Yeah! Feel the power of the 6 mana black sorcery. Not distortion, come forth! I summon the winged dragon of Ra! was exaggerating. Oh, Royal Russian again! Oh my god! Kicker! Face! Oh, double Chandra emblem! Oh, is this... Yes! Oh! Oh! I guess I should just use this anyway. Wait, is this game? Oh, face damage! Oh! No freaking way! Alright, give me Scorpion. Off the top, right now. It's just too good to be true! It's just too good to be true! It's just too good to be true! What the heck, dude? Cheating! They have Fatal Push. I don't care. If they have Fatal Push, they're gonna use it now. Oh no, it goes back in the deck! No! Oh, if they have Fading Hope, I swear. I'm gonna pay 3 life and then they're gonna Fading Hope it back to their hand. I'm gonna cry. Okay, I didn't say that. Oh no, I should have played Thalia first. No, I should have played Thalia first. No, don't do it. No, no. The second one got Approach. Wait, that still counts as casting, doesn't it? Wait, what? That's the worst possible. That doesn't work the right way. Oh my gosh, is this lethal? Oh, please be lethal. Oh my gosh. Is this broken or is this broken? I think we're broken. Oh my gosh, please don't kill my dog. Please don't kill my dog. If they kill my dog, I swear. Can't be blocked. Go 14-14 dog for lethal. Yes, yes, yes!
Riley, does your opponent ever make a play that doesn't seem to make sense on the surface, but then over time starts to kind of come together a little more?
Yeah, this Aether Gust obviously going to do a good job of keeping Eagle Karim, you know, a little more alive, but there's a Spell Pierce, alright, sure. Pay for it, I guess.
Easy deal.
Okay, I still have enough mana to pay for the Spell Pierce. What are you doing, man? I mean, yeah, sure, you get the prowess triggers, but like, what's the plan here? Oh.
There it is.
A Mystical Dispute as well.
Functional. Yeah, functional Spell Pierce enough to get in for Xaxes.
Settle the wreckage.
I'm glad you asked.
Oh my god! A 100-card historic brawl. Settle the wreckage in hand after I called it.
Riley, here we go. Nothing ventured, nothing gained here. Seasoned Pyromancer can let you ditch your hand in this case to draw 2 cards, and we need exactly 2. We need Bone Crusher Giant and an untapped red source.
Need the Bone Crusher Giant with Stomp, which stops the 9 lives from preventing damage, and we need the red source to cast the Stomp, Dennis. And wouldn't you know
there it
look
is!
at that. I've always maintained, Dennis, I've always maintained that Magic is a very skill-testing game indeed, and Charizard James is showing us just how skill-based this game is, ripping the actual perfect 2 off the top here, and is going to win the game on the spot because of it.
Yo, what's up, Titan Smash? Oh no.
If this was the only way Tybalt's Trickery had ever been used, Riley, I think it would have been balanced the way Wizards intended it.
I think this is actually Magic as R&D intended. Tybalt's Trickery. Getting rid of an eye twitch? Why are you scared of an eye twitch? Now you have to deal with the lolth. What was that?
I'm terrified of an eye twitch, dude. Like, if only it had been something like a lolth, you know?
Raise the alarm. We found their win con. We didn't know what it was, and now we know. I've now found their win con. I don't like it. You fool didn't play around Triple Tithe. Listen. My opponent had Sky Tether main deck and then boarded out of all the bad cards and boarded in good cards like Memory Lapse and Teferi. How am I supposed to win if I know that? Their tempo play of 2 soldiers are going to win them the game. Oh, it hurts. Oh, it hurts. It hurts. I can't look. I can't look. Ow. Man, Valkmir is a problem.
Nope.
Oh no! Wait, what just happened? Why was this 5 mana? Oh no! It came in tap!
Oh no! It came in tap.
Oh my god! Did we do it?
Yes! I attack!
Holy shit!
I attack! I attack! I attack!
Everyone's clenching right now.
No! Oh, he lost! He lost!
I attacked! No! No! What?
Oh, he lost! Oh no! Oh man!
What? Okay, I want them to kill this first. So I play this first. And I want these 2 to cast my other spells. No! Stop, opponent! Stop it! Please stop! Please stop! Please don't do it to me. Don't cast another land destruction spell. Please, oh my... Let's go! Not distortion! Yeah! Feel the power of the 6 mana black sorcery. Thought distortion, come forth. I summon the winged dragon of Ra. Oh! Oh! Pog chip! Oh! 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 What the heck, dude? I was exaggerating. Oh, Royal Eruption again! Oh my god! Kicker! Base! Oh, double Chandra emblem! Oh, is this... Yes! Oh! Oh! I guess I should just use this anyway. Wait, is this game? Oh, face damage! Oh, no freaking way! All right, give me Scorpion off the top right now. It's just too good to be true. It's just too good to be true. It's just too good to be true. What the heck, dude? Cheating. They have Fatal Push. I don't care. If they have Fatal Push, they're going to use it now. Oh no, it goes back in the deck. No. Oh, if they have Fading Hope, I swear. I'm gonna pay 3 life and then they're gonna Fading Hope it back to their hand. I'm gonna cry. Okay, I didn't say that. Oh no, I should have played Thalia first. No, I should have played Dolly first. No, don't do it. No. No. The second one got approach. Wait, that still counts as casting, doesn't it? Wait, what? That's the worst possible. That doesn't work the right way. Oh my gosh, is this lethal? Oh, please be lethal. Oh my gosh. Is this broken or is this broken? I think we're broken. Oh my gosh, please don't kill my dog. Please don't kill my dog. If they kill my dog, I swear. Can't be blocked. Go 14-14, dog for lethal. Yes, yes, yes!
Riley, does your opponent ever make a play that doesn't seem to make sense on the surface, but then over time starts to kind of come together a little more?
Yeah, this Aether Gust obviously going to do a good job of keeping Igor Kerim, a little more alive, but there's a spell piece, alright, sure. Pay for it, I guess.
Easy deal.
Okay, I still have enough mana to pay for the spell pierce. What are you doing, man? I mean, yeah, sure, you get the prowess triggers, but like, what's the plan here? Oh.
There it is.
A mystical dispute as well.
Functional. Yeah, functional spell pierce enough to get in for Xaxes.
Settle the wreckage.
I'm glad you asked.
Oh my god! A 100-card historic brawl. Settle the wreckage in hand after I called it.
Riley, here we go. Nothing ventured, nothing gained here. Seasoned Pyromancer can let you ditch your hand in this case to draw 2 cards, and we need exactly 2. We need Bone Crusher Giant and an untapped red source.
Need the Bone Crusher Giant with Stomp, which stops the 9 lives from preventing damage, and we need the red source to cast the Stomp, Dennis. And wouldn't you know
there it is!
Look at that! I've always maintained, Dennis, I've always maintained that Magic is a very skill-testing game indeed, and Charizard James is showing us just how skill-based this game is, ripping the actual perfect 2 off the top here, and is going to win the game on the spot because of it.
Look at me. The timer went to 0 exactly, and then I went live. Isn't that what you want? Isn't that what you want? I give you what you want. Timer goes to 0. I go live. Obviously. Isn't that how this works? Now I'm confused on why you say Loop Riot and then like, Dear One James, the pre-stream seems to have expired. Would you kindly extend the timer or begin the stream? I started the stream when the timer ended, chat. What the heck? Thought this was my stream. It's you guys' world and I'm living in it? Is that what's happening here? Is that what this streamer life was supposed to be like? Huh? By the way, what is that card, the mono blue card that people are playing with in Historic that counters something or draws 2 cards, chat? What's that card's name? How did the tournament go last night? That's a great question. I got 3rd place. Dang, he figured us out. Listen, chat. I can't go oblivious for nothing, okay? I can't just say. Okay? I can't just say that I figured you out and not actually figure it out. I have to figure you out and then you figure out that I figured you out, and then I don't have to say it. Timer was well over. No, it wasn't. You saw I started exactly on time. We lie, we cheat, we stream. I'll subscribe when I can see out of your window instead of just the blinds blocking it. Oh my gosh. How do you know it's blinds? It looks very, very light here. It's like an angel is gonna come over here and shower us with their angel dust. That's what it looks like. Palumbo, yes, awesome. Choose my deck, cool. We will play that deck tomorrow, I believe. James lives in heaven because he's an angel. More of an archangel. Archmage's Charm. There we go. And you don't even play Historic? I don't know names of any cards. Like, I'm gonna do this video here where we're gonna rate the charms from worst to best, and I'm gonna forget all of the names that I allude to when I talk about these cards. I'm gonna talk about like the Jun Charm, and I'm gonna forget the name of it, and then I'm also gonna relate it to Soul Shatter, but then I'm gonna forget the name of Soul Shatter as we're doing the video, so it's not gonna matter, and it's not gonna make sense to a lot of people because I forget the names of the cards. I'm gonna be like, you know that one card that sacrifices their thing with the highest mana value? Yeah, that card. Yeah, that one. You submitted a deck, Riley? Okay, so Riley and Palumbo submitted decks. Let me see the order of these so we know which ones to do. We have, I guess we only have one submitted so far, and it's Riley, and that is for Mono Blue Control. So I guess we'll do this one tomorrow. Work in progress. Originally, you're trying to snow with Merit Rage Slumber, but it's too slow. Yeah, that is too slow. But this mono blue deck is apparently not coming up on... okay, here we go. Oh god, it's playing Ugin. Oh, is this Historic? Is Invoke the Winds better or worse than that one with X in its cost? Thassa's Intervention, Mind Stone, Drawer Disruption, Negate, Narset, Archmage, Mass Manipulation, Solemn Simulacrum, Invoke, Ugin, and Ugin. Whoa. That's a deck. Whenever you get to it, alright, I don't see it submitted right now. Unless you put it somewhere else that I don't know. Is there a way to make mono blue control good in Historic? Also, Historic decks don't really do as well on YouTube. So I might play this deck, but I might not put it on YouTube. So we might just play it today, the mono blue deck. Gosh, how many mythic rares do I need to get for this deck? Yo, Hazmat, what's up? I need Archmage Charms? Okay, that's fine. I craft Archmage Charms for the first time. Imagine Archmage Charm being legal in Historic for this long and I still don't have 4 copies of it. That's how you know that I don't play mono blue. That's how you know that I don't play counter-based control decks in Historic. Mina Winner, what's up? Mono blue control. Wait, so why aren't we playing like the artifact build? Yo, Mina Winner, thanks for the sub, appreciate it. Thanks for hanging out, thanks for being a Jamer. Being the newest addition to Jamestown, how's it going? Welcome, welcome. So why isn't this deck doing the whole like play the monument card, right? Forsaken Monument seems broken. I guess it's not as broken when you play Archmage Charm and Invoke the Winds, right? Is Invoke the Winds just too expensive? You're gonna gain control of a creature and then you're just gonna die. But anyways, I know that I might play this afterwards, but let me just go ahead and shut Arena off real quick, because I don't want this... Actually, I'm just going to turn the sound off. Ah, sound's off. Slifer, what's up? What do you think of Riveteer's Charm? We're actually going to go over this right now, actually. We're going to go over this like it's a YouTube video, and we're going to do it together. But first, before we make the video, we're gonna rate these together to figure out which order we're going to do them in. So we are going to... We're going to look at all the charms, and then you guys are going to help with this. Charms, please. Thank you. How charming. Good timing? Oh, for sure. We're starting right now, actually. Just dropping in to show some love. Didn't realize I hadn't subbed, so wanted to do that as well. Hope you have a great day and stream. Thank you very much. Appreciate you hanging out, coming by, and keeping me around. Because I am doing this full-time. My full-time venture. I also have something to show you guys later. It is a Streets of New Capenna. It is a... People have been showing off these on social media, and I haven't shown mine off yet. But I just wanted to let you know that we did get a Streets of New Capenna swag! Streets of New Capenna swag. Give Naya the respect it deserves. We got New Capenna swag, so we'll be opening that today. Put it right over here for now in the meantime. Dad joke supply. Alright, chat. So how are we rating these cards right now? We have Cabaret Charm, we have Esper Charm, we have Maestro's Charm, and we have Riveteer's Charm. When Naya gets a better charm, they'll get their respect. Actually, I think you guys are underrating the Naya charm. You guys are looking at this like, oh my gosh, this is hot poo. You have done little ones? I don't know what you're talking about. Little ones of what? Also, the Bant Charm is out now. Yes, it is, and that's why I'm going over this. It is the Broker's Charm. This new charm says green, white, blue. If you haven't seen this before. Think they meant kids? I still don't understand. Okay, my brain is off right now. You have to talk to me like I'm a 6th grader. You have to talk to me like my reading level is not like the 29-year-old person I am. Alright, green, white, blue, instant, choose one. Target creature you control gets +1/+0 until end of turn. It deals damage equal to its power to target creature or planeswalker an opponent controls. destroy target enchantment, or draw 2 cards. They want to know if I have any kids. Oh, I don't have any kids. Oh, okay, I get it. You have some little ones. Oh. Wow. Okay, so that was in reference to my dad joke. Oh, I'm stupid. Yeah, no, I don't have kids. Not yet, at least. So the +1/+0 till end of turn, dealing damage equal to its power to target creature or planeswalker an opponent controls. Now, that's reminiscent of Blizzard Brawl, and yes, you're welcome. I remembered the name. You didn't even have to tell me, chat. You didn't have to tell me. Blizzard Brawl. I got it. And instead of fighting, it does damage. So this is like technically an instant speed Blizzard Brawl that also hits planeswalkers. That doesn't give indestructible, but it deals damage equal to its power. It doesn't fight, so the indestructible is kind of like a moot point. Destroy target enchantment. Now, I would have really liked this to say artifact or enchantment, but since it's white and green, and white usually doesn't kill artifacts, killing an enchantment is like, I guess it kills artifacts sometimes in white. But destroy just an enchantment makes it like so much worse than if it was artifact or enchantment. Maybe if it was artifact or enchantment, it would be even better and be too good or something. I don't know. But this works when you have creatures. It works when you're like as a sideboard card against control in control decks. If you're playing Bant Control or Bant Ramp or something, draw 2 cards or destroy your opponent's. See, I'm forgetting the name of a card now. Destroy your opponent's wedding announcement. Maybe destroy your opponent's reflection of Kiki Jiki. Yeah, that works too. I think in standard this card's is really good based on how many enchantments there are in the format. Unless I'm missing something. I guess it's better if you're playing creatures in your deck also. Bonkers Charm? That's what people online were talking about. It being called Bonkers Charm. So, how are we rating this card? From a 1 to 10. I'm gonna need chat's vote on this one. We're gonna go 1 to 10. What are you rating it? And I will average the ratings. There's 33 people in here right now. What do you rate this as a card? I'm gonna put it in the context of standard, not in any other format. This is gonna get printed into standard. It's gonna be in our stream league on May 1st, hosted by myself and Ali Eldrazi. We're gonna be able to see these charms for the first time in action 3 days after release, which I'm really excited about. Okay, 7 out of 10 is just the universal like slightly above average number, right? Ren Portor should be. That's why I'm doing it on that day, so that we can see the cards in action for the first time and see which ones come out to the top. The cream rises to the top, chat. If the context is 0 out of 10 against other charms, it's like 3. If the context is 0 out of 10 against other charms. Oh. So you're saying in the context of the other charms, it's below average. I'm talking about in the context of standard in general. It's better than a 3 out of 10? So what I'm going to do here is we're going to say which charm is better by doing it in the context of standard, and then we're going to say, oh, if one is a 7 out of 10 in standard, and one is a 6 out of 10 in standard, on average, then we're going to put that one better than the other one. Maybe Naya's 3, this is 4. So you think this might be the worst one, Seth? Why do you think this is the worst? Hey, Nuno, how's it going? What's up? Making dinner soon? But this one here, the creature mode is interesting. If you were to play this in a creature-based mid-range deck in Bant colors, then you're going to want cards like Malevolent Hermit and Wedding Announcement, and potentially Asika's Chariot and Tamiyo, and Renin 7, and Prosperous Innkeeper type of deck, if you were playing it with creatures. It does mean that your ramp style mid-range deck that has access to some counterspells does get to play a couple copies of this card. Dealing damage equal to its power to stuff is not something that Bant usually does. It's a charm, so you might be able to get someone in combat with like the Asika's Chariot when they go to, before blocks, use this. You can destroy opponents' wedding announcements. You can destroy their Reflection of Kiki-Jiki. You can destroy their Meat Hook Massacre if you're going to die, which is really bad. You probably wouldn't want to do that. All the other enchantments are, like, pretty bad to destroy, right? Like, you wouldn't... Like, I guess you can definitely destroy... what's it called? The 2-drop from runes, but then you're losing out on mana value, on tempo with Broker's Charm to that card. You can destroy, like, some of the runes cards themselves. You don't really want to destroy Showdown because it already got value. You probably only want to kill, like, the 2-drop, right? What's that 2-drop called again? Jukai Naturalist. Like, you do want to kill the Jukai Naturalist, but, like, nothing else really is an enchantment as a creature. Like, really? There's that 2-mana green card that you can pay a green and tap it to double a trigger. Like, yeah, you can kill that. Yeah, you can kill the 2-mana Baffling End type card. You can kill, Touch the Spirit Realm if you really wanted to. Things like that. I think it's a pretty good, like, sideboard card against runes, specifically. That's probably the only real enchantment deck that you really have to care about this. But it's good enough to be in the main deck, because if you're playing a creature-based Bant deck with Asika's Chariot and Tamiyo and those type of cards, then you might want the fight effect, because it turns this card into a removal spell for creatures or planeswalkers, or a removal spell for enchantments, and draw 2 cards. Like, Showdown Slay don't get counters, but, like, they already really got value out of it. Like, you don't really want to destroy, like, a Showdown after they already drew the card. Like, if this said destroy or counter target enchantment, then I would be way more hyped for this. Choose 1 or choose 2 if X things were met. That's interesting. Like, what if it was, like, choose 1 or choose 2 if green, blue, and... Well, never mind, that doesn't really make sense. Or choose 2 if whatever things were met. I don't know what could be met with this, but... They'd be commands then? Yeah, that's true. That's true. They would be commands. So, if this said destroy or counter target enchantment, I would be all in for this. It would be kind of like the Simic command. Quandrix command that counters enchantment. Like, is this better than Quandrix command? I don't know. Commands don't have a requirement, though, like if a creature died this turn, choose 2 kind of thing. Yeah, I mean, that would be more for, like, the Jund one. For Broker's Charm would be, like, if you countered a spell this turn, or something like that. Or, like, if your opponent casts 2 spells this turn, because that's, like, a white and blue kind of thing. They cast 2 spells in a turn. If your opponent casts 2 spells in a turn, choose 2. This guy here, but going to take a guess and say that the Grixis one's the worst. Okay, Wild Banana. That would have been pretty cool to see. Man, should I just be a WotC developer, chat? I could pull some strings, chat. I could be a WotC developer. Card creator, if you will. So, what's the consensus of this? What people online are calling this bonkers charm? Is it bonkers? I'm still hoping for a card that lets you choose an extra mode for charms commands. Maybe in the set. Maybe there's something like that. I would love that if that happened though. This is good, not insane. Second best charm. All right, it's flexible. It definitely is flexible. But I don't think you can play it in a deck that's just a Bant control deck. Biggest thing it needs is a home. Like, there's a home for it, and I think I already said it, right? There's like the Bant mid-range ramp deck. You can definitely animate a chariot and then make your chariot a 5/4, and then deal damage to its power to a creature or planeswalker, and then attack with the chariot, make a token, and then all of a sudden you're like super far ahead. Or like you can hold it up with your chariot up and your opponent can do something, and then your opponent can like play a haste creature or something like Thundering Raiju, for example. And then you can, like, when they enter combat, you can animate Isika's Chariot and then play Broker's Charm. +1/+0 Chariot, fight the Thundering Raiju, and then block their other card. Like, that's, and then at that point they just don't attack. You can also use it to destroy enchantments. Like, they play Reflection of Kiki-Jiki on, like, you have 3 mana on the play, you pass turn with Broker's Charm up, they go Reflection of Kiki-Jiki, you kill it. Or you could just draw 2 cards. But also, I think this could also be a green splash in blue-white control as a removal spell and drawing cards. I don't know how good that's going to be, but it could be like a sideboard 2 or 3 of against enchantment decks to also draw 2 cards if you don't have an enchantment to kill. Could be a thing. Also, it could be a thing to like if you so happen to have a Wandering Emperor, you can also use Broker's Charm to kill your opponent's things when you have the Wandering Emperor token. The fact that it draws 2 cards makes this card extremely playable. You see this in the control when you have Emperor and play for the first mode. Like, I think the first mode is going to be one that you use, like, the least often if you're with this card. But it might just get your opponent out of nowhere, and your opponent's going to really have to play around this, and it's, like, really hard to play around this card. When your opponent has Wandering Emperor, you can have, like, 7 mana up, and you can go... Your opponent can attack with, like, 3 things. Then you can go Flash Wandering Emperor, make a 2/2, block something with the 2/2, Broker's Charm after blockers, +1/+0, deal damage to something else, and now you dealt with 2 things with Broker's Charm and Wandering Emperor, and then the next turn they have 1 creature, then you make another 1/1 with Wandering Emperor, and then you have all your mana up, and you're just like, do I win now? Or you could just draw cards. It can be used to kill Emperor. Yes. If you're a Bant deck and they play an Emperor and they go to exile your thing, in response you Broker's Charm, +1/+0, and deal the damage to Wandering Emperor, and now Wandering Emperor's dead. So, like, I feel like there's so many uses for this card. This card's so diverse. You can also play it in a green-white splash blue, to, like, in the green-white tokens deck. It has more draw power, but it also is a removal spell, and it also is a removal spell for other enchantments. Yeah, the Triumph and Pathways is an easy splash for whatever color you want this. I don't see Simic being a deck in Standard. Because, like, why would you play Simic when you can splash white for, like, Wandering Emperor and like, this card and all the other good white cards? Like, white's just so strong in Standard right now that it's, like, hard to just play green-blue without playing white in it. And this makes it even easier to go white if you want to play green-blue anyway. And the decks that are playing green-blue right now are the Shigeki... See, I'm here forgetting names again, right? The Shigeki Sky Turtle Loop deck. But even then, those decks are playing black anyway. Blue Light would love to play the Bant Charms as well. Yes, exactly. It would like to play the Bant Charms. Like, you can play those really easily. Beseiju gets a little bit worse because your opponent can get the Triumphs off of them, but that's not that big of a deal. Did we see the leader of the brokers yet? Not yet. But I'm excited. I'm excited for this card. I think this card is going to be really good. I'm excited to see how it does in Stream League on the 1st. The fact that there's a lot of really good sagas right now makes this card good. Notably, Fabled Mirror Breaker. It also kills Etchings of Kumano, because your opponent plays turn 1 Kumano faces Kakazan, and you can like use this to kill your opponent's 2/2. Not the best thing ever, but the fact is, if this card doesn't do what you want it to do, if you don't have a creature to do the fight ability, if your opponent doesn't have an enchantment for you to destroy, you just draw 2 cards. Like, that is a really, really high floor. The fact that this has such a high floor makes this card main deckable for sure, and it's probably might be even the second best charm. So, like, right now, I'm gonna put Broker's Charm as second best. This is the alternate art if you wanted to see the alternate art of this. So right now, what do you think is best, John? We're going over them right now, actually. So let's go ahead and go over the Naya Charm. Hold on while I take a screenshot of my fiance. By the way, fiance right here, just in case anyone wanted to know. It's very light right now. I'm trying to get the lighting correct. There you go. I take screenshots of what my fiance sends me. When's the wedding? Next year. We don't have a date yet, though. We have to go to venues and stuff. And you know how that is. You go to the venue, and then they want you to freaking make a date right on the spot. Pay for this right now, and you can get this early discount if you put your name on this calendar and sign this form. And lock in your date and you have to pay 50% of it up front, so we'll take thousands of dollars from you, thank you. James pulling up random internet pictures, calling her his fiance. Yep, that's what I do. Random screenshots. We all know that fiancés are not real. I asked my wife and she said so. Yeah, Jen Human's wife, come here in chat, okay? Jen Human, you call your wife right now, and you tell me to my face that fiancés aren't real. You tell me right now to my face. Bring her. I want her in the room. I want to talk to her face to face. Look into my eyes. Look into my eyes and tell me in front of this Cabaret Charm right here. You're really gonna tell me in front of Cabaret Charm of all cards, right here in front of me, that fiancés aren't real? You're gonna tell me that? You get your wife here, and I'm gonna have a swift word with her and send her a kindly worded email. I mean, a strongly worded email. Worst take fits. She puts up with an MTG-focused man, so of course she's awesome. Not only MTG, but Yu-Gi-Oh! Also. This guy right here just got top 4 twice in a row in Yu-Gi-Oh! Tournaments. And honestly, I drew so bad last night. Oh my gosh, my draws were awful. I don't know how I won some of the games that I won. It was awful. It was disgusting. Why with this length of mustache and this haircut, and specifically in this frame right here of reference, do I think that I look like freaking... What's the guy that everyone makes jokes about? Like, when he does push-ups, he actually pushes the world down? Who is that again? Chuck Norris? Why with this specific mustache, this specific beard length, this shirt, this haircut, makes me look like the Texas Ranger? Why do I feel like I look like that right now? Do I not look like that? What if I look like this? It's the shirt? Yeah, it's probably the shirt. It's definitely the shirt. Deep down, you're channeling Chuck. Yeah, right? I'm discarding Chuck for cost and paying some mana, and it can't be countered. Oh my gosh, that's so true! Channeling Chuck works because Chuck can't be countered. Okay, that's a dad joke. Alright. We're going to talk about Cabaret Charm at some point, chat. I'm pretty sure it has everything to do with the shirt and the specific mustache length. I need to shorten my mustache. Can I talk in complete sentences in the English language? No, I can't. If this specific mustache length is Chuck Norris mustache length. I think it's the weakest out of the 5. In the right deck, it should be fine as a 2 of. It's a very expensive card. Like, you gotta play this or, like, Elite Spellbinder. You gotta play this or Adeline. It's like, which one are you gonna play? Which makes it clunky, which I think it's like a 2 of. Are you gonna play this or your 4-drop? Like, you have to choose, unless you play more mana. Chuck Norris can counter Coma using Spell Pierce? That's funny. I'm not a big fan of this one. The second mode is interesting when I think of a Tarkus command, but the other modes kind of suck. Well, a Tarkus command is a freaking darn good card. Who's Tyler Labine? Tyler Labine. Labina. Tyler Labine. Enter. You think so? Who is this? He's a Canadian actor? What show is he in? I definitely am built the same way as he is. But like, I can see it. I can see the look. Oh my gosh, this picture of Tyler Labine looks like Corey Baumeister. You can't tell me that this specific picture of Tyler Labine doesn't look like Corey Baumeister. You literally just can't tell me it doesn't. It's okay. People in another Discord told me that my Life is Potato guy looks like Jim Davis. What? A bearded James Corden. I have been compared to him before. Long time ago, though. So where does Cabaret Charm rate amongst the charms? Sounds good, Scoop. Like, deals damage equal to the number of creatures you control to target creature or planeswalker. That's Kabira Takedown. Now, that's not bad. But creatures you control get +1/+1 and trample till end of turn is good. The fact that it gains a toughness is good. But the way this card is going to play out is the first and the second modes might just be the same card. Like, they're going to block with a power equal to your blocker to get the best blocks possible. And then you're going to say, creatures get +1/+1 and trample till end of turn, and then you're going to kill that creature anyway. Sounds good, Riley. Does Naya Rude need trample? Yes. Well, no, it doesn't, because they already have trample. But this is going to be a good in like the Naya humans deck that doesn't have a lot of trample, right? They have cards like Thalia and Elite Spellbinder and Helana and Elena and, just, huge on the ground creatures. Giving that deck trample is insane. Like, all you gotta do is put, like, a couple more 1-drops in that deck to get your creature density high enough at the beginning of the game, and you can just blow your opponent out with this. Yeah, Adeline makes a bunch of creatures, too. Like, it's good with Blade Historian? Yeah. Like, imagine giving Adeline trample. Second mode could be a win on the spot card, but I don't see the other modes being that great. I don't see the other modes being that great either, because if you're going to use the first mode, you might as well use the second mode. Let's be honest. Like, if you have that many creatures, you might as well give them all +1 and +1 and trample. I don't understand why you would use the first mode ever. Unless you were using it as an instant speed actual removal spell on your opponent's turn. If it's on your turn, I think you would just always use the second one. But I guess in theory, you can hold this up and Wandering Emperor, and just, like, have a couple creatures on the board playing, like, the white humans deck. That's Naya. And you get, like, Wandering Emperor, like, and this up. But if you had both of them up, you're just going to play Wandering Emperor. So, like, sure. Cabaret Charm can also dodge Meathook Massacre by giving everything +1/+1, which is pretty cool. So, against this deck, if they leave 3 mana open, you're going to have to Meathook for 1 more than you want to, which might just be Blowout if you play Cabaret Charm in response, if they don't have enough mana. Because against that deck, you're probably going to have to Meathook Massacre for X = 2 at the earliest. And then if you do that, if there's a Thalia up or Elite Spellbinder hit it, then you're out of luck. But if there's no Thalia and no Elite Spellbinder, and you have 4 mana, and you can Meathook for 2, they Cabaret Charm in response, and you lose. Would you play this over Valor Stance and Naya Zoo deck? Probably to play around Meathook Massacre, to be honest. Yeah, you always Meathook for 1 over the need, but usually against these mono white-ish Naya humans decks, you don't have that option. You just, like, don't have enough. The only time you can do it is if they don't have Thalia, and they don't have Spellbinder, and they don't have Great Ain. So if they don't have any of those 3 cards, and you have exactly Shambling Ghast and Deadly Dispute, and Meathook to Meathook for 5 on turn 3, you're not going to be able to outscale Cabaret Charm. And the fact that it dodges Meathook, which makes you not want to use it, which makes you put out blockers to chump block instead of using Meathook, then you attack all Cabaret Charm for trample and win. So I think this is a really valuable piece in that deck, but it's not a 4-up. And we haven't even talked about that last mode, right? The last mode is relevant if you play the Naya, if you play the, like, Wedding Announcement or the Naya Cat, the Cat Demon Lord. That gives everything, like, trample or +1/+0 or whatever if you have, like, 3 or more creatures. Like, that card's also good, so I can see that deck playing that too. Last mode is end of their turn 2 damage. Well, you can also do that with, like, Soken's on, and that card's not good. Or you can play around Meathook Massacre, like say they go Meathook Massacre for 1 extra, playing around Cabaret Charm at some point later on in the game. And so you can't use the +1/+1 ability of this. Then you just get Meathook Massacred. And then say you have like a wedding announcement or something already on board. You can just like play Cavalry Charm on their end step, make 2 1/1s, but they're 2/2s, and then you can keep the pressure on that way. I think it's also a really good card to keep the pressure on the control decks because they can sweep you, but then you're just going to make 2 1/1s at their end step to play around that sweeper. So I think that's also good. So I think this is good against control decks, good against chump blocker decks, and just okay in aggro mirrors. So I think this might be like a 2 of main deck card, maybe 1 of, and then maybe you side deck 1 or 2. But as far as how good this is compared to Broker's Charm, we're going to have to go under Broker's Charm with this one. It's a little bit worse than Broker's Charm just because of it's not really like a really highly main deckable card, I don't think. It's better than the white card that gains you life and gives you 1/1 if you have less life than creatures. Is it better than that card? Oh, very much better than that card. Way better. It seems to be the weakest of the cycle. I think people underestimate this card. I think this card is actually going to be pretty good based on the things that I just said. I'm going to put Cabaret Charm under Brokers for now. It might end up being the worst one, but I think it's just better than people think it is. Would second mode be good against Amble decks for Trample and Cyborg? Of course. Yeah, oh yeah, definitely. It's good against everything that's trying to chump block it. Mono Black Snow. It's good against Mono Black Snow, good against Orzhov Snow, good against Blue-White Control, because it makes it 2 1/1s on end step. You're likely also playing Wedding Announcement in this deck, so it'll be 2/2s. It's also good. Like, it's good against your bad matchups, right? It's good against Meathook Massacre. It's good to just have game and make your opponent's blocks really bad. +1/+1 and Trample's a big deal. I'm losing so much playing this alongside Hero Precinct 1. Oh my gosh, what, in Historic? Obscura Charm with Hero Precinct 1 is interesting. So you can play Esper Hero with this. Multicolored permanent with mana value 3 or less from graveyard to the battlefield tapped. That includes Kaido. That includes Ashiok in Historic. That it no longer includes Teferi Time Raveler in Historic. That includes Nico, yes. That also includes random cards in Esper, like, I don't know, that white-black card? Chandra? What are you playing, 4 colors? With Obscura Charm? But yes, you can bring 3 mana Chandra back with this. Oh my god. Imagine playing this card in a double red Chandra. Couldn't think of uses for first mode, but that sold me. Oh, it's also multicolored, so you can't bring back the Chandra. Sure. Red and 6. 5-color Obscura Charm madness. No way. You're not bringing back red and 6 with this. Unless you're playing, like, some crazy greedy mana base in Modern. 5-color cards. So, Obscura Charm. Let's read this. Esper, choose one. Return target multicolored permanent card with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield tap. Like, returning Planeswalkers back tapped is, you know, so good. So returning mana value 3 or less. So you could also use this in like a tempo deck, right? There's that new Esper creature that's in the format. Where is it? Where's the boss? Boss. Rafine Scheming Seer. You can bring this card back as a 3-mana 1/4 with flying and ward 1. Whenever you attack, target attacking creature connives X, where X is the number of attacking creatures. Draw X cards and discard X cards. Put a +1/+1 counter on that creature for each non-land card discarded. So, like, you can play an Esper tempo deck and just go, like, turn 1, 1-mana creature. Or, like, play all multicolored creatures and just go turn 1 Esper tap land. Turn 2, you know, what's that Orzhov card? It's a 3/2 that always calls the wrong card, but they lose 3 life and you draw a card if they play the card. 3-mana Sorin plus Xander, that is true, it is a vampire. Silver Quill Silencer, yeah, the worst card in Magic the Gathering history. Silver Quill Silencer. You always have the best intentions with that card, but, like, you just never call correctly, and it always feels bad. But this also is an aggressive deck that doesn't lose to Vanishing Verse. So I think when this set comes out, Vanishing Verse gets a little bit worse, but I think it's still good. Jetmir is the card I was talking about over here. As long as you control 3 or more creatures, your creatures get +1/+0 in Vigilance. So imagine your creatures have +1/+0 in Vigilance, and then you play Cabaret Charm, and then give everything +1/+0 and Trample, or +1/+1 and Trample on top of that. You just win the game. But Rafine, flying, ward 1, whenever you attack, you draw X cards, then discard X cards, where X is the number of attacking creatures. So on turn 1, you play a creature. Turn 2, you play a creature. Turn 3, you play Rafine, attack with 2 creatures. Then you draw 2 cards, discard 2 cards, which is already good. And the discard fuels the Obscura Charm anyway. And then you put a +1 or 2 +1/+1 counters on it, depending on if you discarded like a creature or a land or whatever, on one of the attacking creatures. So on turn 3, you could be you could be attacking for, like, you play turn 1, you play that 1 card that kills enchantments. Turn 2, you play, like, I don't know, Malevolent Hermit. Turn 3, you play this, attack with the Hermit and the thing. You get the training trigger from the thing. You hit for 4. You connive. You discard 2 non-lands because you have freaking Obscura Charm in your hand. You put 2 1/1 counters on, like, you know, Malevolent Hermit or the other card. So now you're attacking for 6 damage on turn 3. So then when you attacked on turn 1, on turn 3 you're attacking for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 damage. Then your opponent's at 13 life on turn 3, and you have a board of Rafine with ward 1 and 4 toughness, so it's really hard to Meat Hook Massacre this. Like, returning Rafine is good, returning Silver Quill Silencer is good, returning Malevolent Hermit is good. Oh, wait. This card actually cannot return Malevolent Hermit, because it says multicolored permanent. So you can return Silver Quill Silencer, you can return Obscura, or whatever it's called. God, I forget names. You can return Rafine. You can return Kaido, you can return Nico. Whether this deck plays Nico or not is a different story, but I think an Esper shell that's like more tempo-based, playing Obscura Charm and Rafine and Kaido is going to be a thing. Also, you get to play Malevolent Hermit. Also, you get to play Silver Quill Silencer. Also, you get to play, like, you know, whatever other cards you want to play. Now, the next mode on this is counter target instant or sorcery spell. I'm gonna be explaining all of these once again when we do the tier list, but this is for ordering them concerned. So I would like all of the chat to tell me about these cards as well, because we are in the mode of ordering them. Xander is what Xanathar wishes it was. That's funny. If Xanathar had Flash, woo! Counter an instant or sorcery spell. Now this is the only charm that counters stuff, right? Unless Maestro's charm counter stuff. Nope. This is the only one that counters anything, and it only counters an instant or sorcery. I would have expected the Grixis charm to say, like, counter target non-creature spell unless its controller pays 2. Like, I would expect that card to say that, but it just doesn't. Maybe it would be too good if it said that. But this card counters an instant or sorcery, which is good. Return stuff back. So this can be your gas, returning a Kaido, or returning a Rafine, or returning a Silver Quill Silencer or something. So it can be gas for you at your opponent's end step. You can also use this as a counterspell in your tempo game plan to counter, but it notably can't counter Meathook Massacre, which is a big deal. It notably can't counter Wandering Emperor, which is also a big deal. Counter a non-creature spell and mass 1. Yeah. Or counter a target non-creature spell unless its controller pays 2, a mass 1. Destroy target creature or planeswalker with mana value 3 or less. So this destroys stuff too. So this card has the eliminate text. Eliminate exactly says destroy target creature or planeswalker mana value 3 or less. So it is literally eliminate. And eliminate's already a really good card. You can also kill an opposing Kaido during the opponent's upkeep before they can use it, and more or less bypassing the phasing. That's true, but you also have to pay 3 mana into it, and now you're tapped out. Now you can't hold up your counterspell. So I think it's worth giving them a draw with the Kaido, and then saving Obscure Charm to try to do something else. What if we played 4-color control, 4-color tempo with Obscure Charm and Broker's Charm? Then we're busted, chat. Is the mana that good to play 4 colors like that? Probably not. Eliminate. It's not negate. It can't target planeswalkers, and it can't target enchantments or artifacts. It's eliminate and like whatever other spell does just instant and sorceries. It's eliminate and like a bad version of Test of Talents. It's eliminate, like, worse Test of Talents, and like a reanimate thing. Can't stay away, yeah. Dark Raven, how's it going? 8 Triomes in all slow lands. Exactly, the curve is play Triome, go. Next turn, play Triome, go. Next turn, untap land, I win. Reanimate on Planeswalker should be good, especially it matters because it doesn't matter if they come in tapped or not. I can definitely see this being... So right now, I think... Is this better than Broker's Charm? I think this is better than Broker's Charm. Any Jetmir support? We don't know yet, Dark Raven, I don't think. It's better? Okay. We'll put it better than Broker's Charm. Maestro's Charm. This is the Grix's Charm. Instant, choose one. Look at the top 5 cards of your library. Put one of those cards into your hand and the rest into your graveyard. You don't think it's a control card, but it's better than Brokers? It could be a control card. Countering an instant and a sorcery or eliminating is really good. And then you could just reanimate Kaido that you're already playing just whenever, like, if you want to. And you can reanimate, and you can also play Nico Eris in your control deck and reanimate that too. So Maestro's Charm is a Grixis Charm. Look at the top 5. Top 5 cards is really good. Put one of them into your hand and the rest in your graveyard. That's really good. I think putting the rest in your graveyard is just absurd. Each opponent loses 3 life and you gain 3 life. Now, that's pretty bad, but if you're playing a Grixis deck and you're playing this card, you could just get your opponent out of nowhere with this. I could definitely see, like, you stabilize against the Grixis deck, and then the Grixis deck has 1 draw, and they're like, Maestro's Charm you. And then you're like, well, I guess I died. They used the unplayable ability, but then it was playable because it won them the game. Second mode's for Commander? I mean, it makes everyone lose 3 life. What are you going to do, loop this? In Commander, you could, like, loop this and use this as a win condition. It does gain life. It's Lightning Helix for just your opponent's face. It's Lightning Helix! Oh my god! I'll admit second mode's meh, but I still find this trying to be my favorite. All the Grixis players are still going to find a reason to make this Grixis Charm their favorite, chat. If you play with Witherbloom Command, you know how relevant that mode can be. Yeah, but Witherbloom Command is just not a good card. But I have killed people with, like, chaining Witherbloom Commands. 5 damage is a good amount of damage. 5 damage is a lot of damage. 5 damage is on rate for an instant speed card, let alone it being an instant. So, like, that might even make it just a good card just right then. It's a bad Lightning Helix in the wrong colors. Stop relating this card to Lightning Helix. It's not. It doesn't kill creatures. 3 mana deal 5 is not even overcosted. 3 mana deal 5 is great. Not only that, but it can target Planeswalkers. Not only that, but it's an instant. This card is basically kill target creature or Planeswalker. Oh, this plus red adversary. Oh my god. Grixis mid-range with this card can kill your opponent. It can create card advantage. It kills things. Oh! Oh! Yes! Yes, yes, yes. Oh, that's so good. Oh, this card's so good in a Grixis mid-range deck. Aggressively slanted. Dome them for 3. They're dead. Grixis stable with this in red adversary. Let's freaking go. Grixis mid-range is on the menu. We're playing this card. Oh my god. So people are thinking of this card as like in a control deck. It does look at the top 5 and put one of them into your hand and the rest in your graveyard, but this looks at 5 cards and gets a card. That's really strong. It puts the rest in the graveyard for your adversary. So you go Maestro's Charm, get your adversary to your hand, and mill the rest, and then mill more spells, and then adversary. Oh yeah. Have we looked at the Jump Charm? That's one of my favorites. Not yet. Three mana Delirium? Let's go! Still the second worst? Oh, man. This card is so much better in a mid-range deck than I was thinking. In a mid-range deck, your opponent will lose to this. I guarantee you, you're going to play against a control deck, and then you're going to end step, dome them, and then you're going to dome them. And then you're going to win. Or, you're going to end, if they're not close to dying, you can just end step Maestro's Charm, look at the top 5 cards, you get whatever card you want, mill the rest. Sure, you're playing Graveyard Trespasser or whatever, mill your, exile your own stuff, drain some life, or play Adversary, cast it back, dome them, attack them for 3. Like, with Adversary plus this, you actually hit them for 6 damage. if you really wanted to. And this ability puts it into your hand. It doesn't, like, exile it till the next turn or whatever. It's not like until this turn you can play the cards or whatever. Or, like, till your next turn you can play them. It just adds it to your hand, which is great. 5 damage is enough to kill anything. Gosh, I think this card is really good. Dang. I think this might be, like, tied with Broker's Charm. The first mode's good with Channeler. Yes, it is good with Channeler. Did I bring up that they're just uncommon? No, I didn't bring that up yet. It's good with Dragon Rage Channeler. It's also good with the other Channeler, right? Dark Raven, thanks for the follow. Because, like, you can fill up your graveyard for that Channeler and put enough instants and sorceries in there to make it a 4/4. You realize that if these cards were in Alchemy, they would be, like, all mythic rare? First mode's good with Disturb and Flashback. You're right. You would just play Malevolent Hermit in this deck, and you can mill your Hermits and recast them. Make this work in Grixis Phoenix, please. They're already splashed for black because of sideboard Hitotsugu. Yeah, they'd play this. They would definitely play this. They'd all be rare, harder to craft. I think mythics are harder to craft than rares, but... True, they're both hard to cast. Or hard to craft. Imagine looking at the top 5 of your library, putting like a, you know, expressive iteration into your hand and, like, milling 2 copies of Arclight Phoenix. You just win the game. But it being 3 mana is a little bit tough. But I mean, they already play Crackling Drake, and that's 4 mana. Like, this deals 5 damage. That's a lot. A lot of freaking damage. Wait, it doesn't matter. They have an Unholy Heat. Never mind. An Unholy Heat just deals 6. That doesn't matter. But the draining 3 and milling a lot is good. I think I would put this... Is this better or worse than Broker's Charm, chat? This might be better than Broker's Charm. Like, I think there's a specific type of shell that Broker's Charm is in, but you can also play it in blue-white splash green for draw 2 and killing things. But this kills only enchantments, and it only kills creatures with planeswalkers if you already have a creature. The draw 2 cards is busted off of this, which I think puts this up way higher on the list. But I do think that a Grixis aggressively slanted mid-range deck, or just any mid-range deck, or even in a control deck, you can play the Grixis Charm. Like, Maestro Charm is really good. I wish the second mode hit artifacts as well. No one's playing Bant? Well, they're going to be playing Bant. Because we have Broker's Charm now, and this card's really good. I would say it's like blue-white control splashing for this is good. Bant mid-range playing Seeker's Chariot, this card's good. It also just draws cards. Yeah, Bant Ramp, this card's very good. The bottom line on Broker's Charm is better than Grixis. That's true, but the top line of these is much worse than Grixis. Like, the top line of either one of the like, this one I think has the most utility with all of the modes than anything, other than maybe Obscura Charm. Like, I don't know. I just think I think this card's second best. All right, Riveteer's Charm. Jund him out? Yeah, we're gonna Jund him out. Jund Anvil coming soon? Ooh, Jund Anvil. Jund Charm and Grix's Charm to me are the top ones. So you're saying that the Esper Charm is the third best refinement? This one's probably the best one? This is main deckable yard hate, that's true. Gosh, oh my gosh, we get to play Jund mid-range again? What a great time to be alive, chat. What a freaking great time to be alive. You think he goes Jund, Esper, Bant, Grix, Naya? Like, Bant is really good, just for the sole fact that you just get to draw 2 if the modes don't do anything. But it's better, I think, to have all the modes do something. Like, relevant. Not to say that Broker's Charm doesn't have an irrelevant mode, because killing an enchantment is very relevant, especially since runes are in the meta. And there's cards like Wedding Announcement and things like that that you want to get rid of. And drawing 2 cards is really strong at instant speed. But I think you might have to lose out on a mode depending on what shell you put it in. Because, like, yeah, giving +1/+1 and dealing power dealing damage equal to his power to a creature or planeswalker is good, but it's not good if you want to play that in a control deck. So looking at Riveteer's Charm, we see it's an instant, choose one. Target opponent sacrifices a creature or planeswalker they control with the highest mana value among creatures and planeswalkers they control. So this is literally Soul Shatter. If the Jund Leader, Urabrask, and Vivian are good, then we're in business. Oh, for sure. Only reason Esper's the second to me is instant and reanimation so good. Yeah, it is really good. I honestly don't even think that's the best part of the card, though. Even though it's really good. Like, just having Eliminate is so strong. Just being able to do that. Draug Necromancer with this would be nasty. Is that the Snow 4-drop? Esper's so good it's just never unplayable? True. Soul Shatters each opponent, this one targets the player. Okay, well, I'm talking about in constructed, not like Commander. So, Soul Shatter, this is exactly Soul Shatter. Besides, like, being way easier. Like, Soul Shatter is way easier to cast, of course. And more splashable. But Riveteer's Charm, having Soul Shatter, exactly the text of Soul Shatter, is very strong. That automatically, without reading the other 2 modes, makes it a sideboard 1 or 2 of, if not a main deck 1 of, if Goldspan Dragon is in the format. And we know that it is. Exile the top 3 cards of your library until your next end step. You may play those cards. Wow. It's not you may play one of those cards. It's you may play those cards. And it's not you may cast those cards, so you can still play the lands. So on your opponent's end step, you just cast this if you don't need to do anything else. Say you hold up Jund mana, right? And your opponent doesn't want to play their card because they don't want to get Riveteer's Charmed. And then they don't play their card. So you, on their end step, you go Riveteer's Charm. Exile the top 3. So your next end step, you play them. And then you draw for turn, and then you play the land, and then you play the 2 cards, and your opponent's like, well, shoot, I didn't play my card. Or you can just exile their graveyard, which is relevant, I guess, on end step against decks that are playing flashback cards. I mean, it's also kind of relevant against the Esper deck, if the Esper deck is going to be putting cards in their graveyard to reanimate. It's also good if the Jund Charm is going to be played, that mills cards, that they bring things back. This mode is good too. So, if people are going to be playing Esper, and going to be playing Jund already, then Riveteer's Charm Exile Graveyard is even more relevant next set looking into the future, more relevant than it is now, even though it's still, like, okay, kind of relevant now. You can play it against, like, against Mono Black Snow in response to a Blood on the Snow, to, like, you make their Lolth not come back, which is fine. Not really good, but it's fine. Good against Adversary, good against Leer. If people are going to be playing a Grixis, and they're going to be playing Adversary, and they're going to be playing Grixis Charm milling themselves, then Riveteer's Charm's Exile Graveyard clause is actually good. Also, looking at Riveteer's Charm in Alchemy, because, like, almost every red deck in Alchemy is paired with black, and they're playing, like, 3 or 4 copies of Bloodthirsty Adversary. Card's good. Third mode's less pushed, so the top 2 are more pushed. Yeah, I agree. But, like, the fact that the other 2 modes are kind of pushed are still really strong. You can see this as a 4 of. What deck would you want 4 of this in? Jund Control? Like having 4 3-mana removal spells in your deck is a lot. Usually decks play like in between 0 and 2. 3 at the most 3-mana removal spells in mid-range decks. Talking about cards like Soul Shatter and Soul Transfer. From what they said in the preview video with Jimmy Wong, the Riveteers are going to be aggro big beaters. Okay. Weird. But the fact is this is a draw card, and it's also a removal spell, and you can also bring this back with your own Bloodthirsty Adversary, is strong. So, like, I could see this as, like, a 2 or 3 of in the main deck. And then, like, side a 4th one, because against, like, Goldspan Dragon decks or decks with huge beaters. But, like, being able to... Like, the floor of this card is Exile a Graveyard, but even then, you don't really want to do that, so the floor of it might just be exile the top 3, and so your next end step, you may play them. It's also a very good top deck. But is this better than Broker's Charm? I think it might be better than Broker's Charm, since Riveteer's Charm does technically look at 1 more card than Broker's Charm does. Soul Shatter is better than kill target enchantment or kill a creature or planeswalker, right? The second mode is definitely like a better copy of the 2-mana red card that just exiles the top 2 until your next turn. It's better than that card, and that card's like almost playable, and it's played in Alchemy some. It's better than Light Up the Stage. I mean, it's a worse Light Up the Stage. Light Up the Stage is 1 mana. 1 mana is a lot better than 3 mana. But, like, still. It's, like, similar. In that way. The Red March hasn't seen play yet, and it's similar. What does the Red March do? March of Reckless Joy. X and a red. As additional cost to cast, you may exile any number of red cards from your hand. It costs 2 less to cast for each card exiled. Exile the top X cards of your library. Hello? Exile the top X cards of your library. You may play up to 2 of those cards until the end of your next turn. Yeah, but that's play up to 2 of them, not play all of them. Like, you can exile the top 10 cards with March, but you can only play 2 of them. which is so much worse. Two, 3 mana pay 2 versus 3 mana play 3, yeah. More expensive if you don't exile. Yes. So I think this card's really strong. This type of removal spell is definitely a card that you want to be played. Goldspan Dragon's in the format, so you definitely want this in your 75. The floor being exile or graveyard is fine because you rarely ever use that, but when you use it, it's going to be strong. Exiling the top 3 until your next end step, you may play them. You can play all of them. You're still going to draw for turn. You can play lands from it. You can just play both cards. It's a lot of card advantage. Drawing 3 is really good. Like, yeah, you might not be able to cast all of them if you're playing, like, huge cards in your deck, but you don't have to play huge cards in your deck. You can dig, like, pretty hard for answers. It's honestly, it's kind of like expressive iteration. Like, you don't get to keep the card in your hand forever. So, Obscura Charm, are we agreeing that it's the best one? You can eliminate, you can counter an instant or sorcery, or you can revive something with mana value 3 or less that's multicolored. Maestro's Charm is really strong, though. Maestro Charm looks at the top 5, put 1 in your hand. That's so good. And then you drain 3, and then you deal 5. It's so strong. You think that's best solely because of the second mode? Have you seen this card? Look at the top 5, put 1 into your hand, the rest in your graveyard. Then you can just get value out of your graveyard. With Kaido in the format, I can't see how Obscura isn't the best. Yes, Kaido being in the format makes Obscura the best. Also the fact that it kills things and it counters things. Like, that's all you want in a charm. Counter, kill, and then something proactive. 3 cards is better than 1 card? Well, yeah, but the graveyard value is out of control with this card. You're going to say this will play a little like expressive iteration. I'm sure I'll find creative ways to brick with it. Found little buddy. Riveteers, Maestros, Obscura, Cabaret, Brokers. Wow, you think Brokers is oh no, you think Brokers is the worst. You think Riveteers is the best, then Maestros and Obscura. Maybe my rank, but we need some new cards and how the meta adjusts with a new set, and plenty of times we say isn't good, end up good, and vice versa. I agree, and that's why I'm so excited about the 1st of May, where we're going to be doing Stream League 11, sponsored by CoolStuffInc.com, with me and Ali Eldrazi in the booth, commentating on that. It's going to be great. Sign-ups are not available yet, so you can't sign up yet, but it's going to be awesome. I might actually make this one an open tournament as well, so that everyone can enter it. Jund over Obscura, over Grixis, over Bant, over Naya. Huh. So how do I feel about Riveteers? Oh my gosh, how do I feel about this? It's so close. I feel like Riveteers and Maestros are so close to being the same power level. Obscura, Maestro, Riveteer. Really, Rachel? Obscura, Maestro, Riveteer. Okay, why do you think Maestro's better than Riveteer, Rachel? I mean, I still think that Broker is really good. 3-mana, draw 3 at instant speed, do other stuff is so good. Oh, for sure. But how often is your Jund deck not going to want to play a card on turn 3? I think it does what you want with Adversary better than Riveteer. I agree. If you're playing Adversary, maybe if you play Riveteer Charm, then you don't play Adversary in your deck, or maybe you do, but like less copies. Like, this mode, deal 5 damage to a creature or Planeswalker, is almost the same exact thing as target opponent sacrifices a creature or Planeswalker they control with the highest mana value among creatures or Planeswalkers they control. I think I'm going to give the edge to Maestro's Charm. Because Maestro's Charm, you get to choose where you put the damage. Riveteers, if they have 2 of the same mana value, you don't get to use that. And it has that awkward tension that you sometimes get with Soul Shatter, where you don't actually get to kill their best thing, or have to use it in a spot where you don't want to use it. So I think I'm going to give the edge to Maestros, since the look of the top 5 mill 4 is close to Exile's top 3 until your next end step you may play it. The lose 3 life, gain 3 life is a little bit similar power level than Exile target player's graveyard, if not a little bit higher power level. And then the deal 5 being better than the sacrifice. Four color spells with Red Adversary plus Maestros plus Riveteers. I wouldn't put it past Juggalo to create that. I wouldn't put it past myself to create that either. I would just do that. 4 Cabaret Charm is meant for exactly 1 deck. Yeah. Oh no. But for that 1 deck, it's so strong. So I think this is what it is here. This is what I'm going with. We're going with Cabaret, Brokers, Riveteers, Maestros, Obscura. I think that's my... This is my my order here. 5 color charms. Let's go. Let's just play all. Let's play all the triumphs and just play all of them. Why not? We'll have all the removal spells in the world. No one will be able to stop us. We'll be able to eliminate things. We'll be able to deal 5 damage to things. We'll be able to make them sacrifice their things. We'll be able to counter their things and destroy their enchantments. And we'll be able to make creatures and bring stuff back. It all works together. All of them together. Charm Tribal. Do you think they can be used in Niv? No. They're 3 colors, so they can't be got off Niv Visit Reborn, so I will not be playing them in Niv. Maestro's Charm has 2 better modes than Riveteer, but that second mode on Riveteer is just so good. Yeah, that's why I put it better than Brokers. Tribal Charms Temps. Alright, so let's start making the YouTube video. I'm going to make some of the same points as I made before, but I'm going to talk about it again. I'm going to talk about these things in order, and we're going to do it for a YouTube video. It's going to be great. It's going to be awesome. And for those of you that are Patreon patrons in the chat that have gotten to see our most recent YouTube video 24 hours in advance, I'll be posting this video before I post another one, so you'll have 2 whole days to watch that. And then you'll have about, 4 or 5 hours to watch this one before it comes out. Because I'm going to be posting this one for tomorrow at 12. But for those of you that are watching my YouTube channel and are sub to me, thank you guys so much for being awesome. This latest YouTube video, the one that has enchantments, is my best one out of the last 10 ones that I've done by an absolute long shot. So thanks for watching that one, guys. I really appreciate it. The enchantment deck is really fun, too. Like, there's a lot of value with Meat Hook Massacre in that deck, and Hallowed Haunting can definitely get out of control. First time here, that was nice. Oh yeah, well we're gonna be going over the cards in sequential order of what I think is worst to greatest here for YouTube. And if you want to sub to YouTube, type in !YT in the chat and take a look there. I do if you're here for the first time and you're checking this out, I mainly do. Yeah, actually switch the mode here. I mainly do standard best of one content. I do a little bit of alchemy and historic as well. Thanks for the follow attempts. I do alchemy and historic as well. But mostly standard best of one content on YouTube. So if you like deck guides, deck techs, gameplay, I'm a little bit more of a technical game player and talk through my lines of play. So if you want to get a little bit better at Magic or just see my perspective and all of my thoughts or most of my thoughts that I think while I play my games of Magic, check out my YouTube channel. I talk about pretty much all my lines of play, and I also show some of my losses so that you guys can all miss your land drops with me, or hit all of your land drops with me, if you know what I mean. Bant Charm? Oh my gosh, why was I thinking of that too? Okay, so let's go over this right now. Let's do it! Take a drink. What's up, Jamers? It's the One Jame, and today we're rating all 5 charms from the streets of New Capenna. We have a lot of things to go over, so I'm going to go over it as soon as I can. These cards are awesome, so let's go ahead and get started. We're talking the top 5 charms in order of what I think is the worst, going all the way up to the best. And of course, you can skip through the video if you want to see my best one, but feel free to stay till the end of the video, and thanks for liking the video and for subscribing. I would really appreciate it. Let's go ahead and get started. For the 5th one, the worst one I think, right now, it is, you called it, Cabaret Charm. Now, I think for the record that this card is a lot better than I first thought it was, and what you think of it as well. So let's talk about this. It's a 3-mana charm, of course, all of them are 3 mana. This one is Naya colors. Instant, choose one. Cabaret Charm deals damage equal to the number of creatures you control to target creature or planeswalker that is a Cabaret takedown type card. This can be useful if you go wide, and also you can kind of get them in combat, things like that, with your damage spell. Now, if it's your own turn, I think this second mode is better. Creatures you control get +1/+1 and gain trample until end of turn. Now, this is probably better than the first mode if you're in combat and you're swinging and they choose to do a very good block and block for the creature. That is the same power as you have toughness, and then you blow them out with this +1/+1. This can also play around Meathook Massacre if you have a board and then you leave 3 mana up and they Meathook Massacre for exactly the highest number of toughness that you have, and then you +1/+1 all of your creatures and blow them out. So your opponent will always have to keep in mind with their Meathook Massacre that they should do it for 1 more than they thought than they should. This second mode plays around Meathook Massacre if they do that, and it also plays around things like Doomscar by them using their sweeper and then you making 2 1/1s after their sweeper on their end step. This pairs pretty well with cards like Wedding Announcement, where you make 2 1/1s. And then you eventually put +1/+1 counters on all your things, or not counters, but give everything +1/+1. And then your opponent sweeps your board, and then you go ahead and play this on end step. Now you have 4 damage coming to them on the next turn. So I think this is very powerful, but I think it's a little bit too narrow to be one of the top ones, and this is why I have this all the way down on the list. I think in the context of standard that I know right now, this will go in the Naya deck, and there's also the Naya Demon Lord that we know about already, the Cat Demon. So that will pair well with making a bunch of creatures and tokens as well. So Wedding Announcement, I think, is very good in the deck. But one of the problems that this card solves in that Naya Humans deck is that it can give trample. Now, one of the big downfalls of that deck is that you can put 1/1 counters on things with Halana and Elena and Luminarch Aspirant and all these cards, but they don't have trample. So you can easily block them with cards like Shambling Ghast or and then Deadly Dispute, the Shambling Ghast, or block with an Eye Twitch, or anything like that, it's very, very good to chump block that deck and then be able to finish everything off with a huge sweeper. This card solves that problem completely. No longer can you block with a 1/1 to your opponent's 8-power creature and expect to survive. You're going to get Cabaret Charmed, and you're going to die. So I think it's a narrow in the fact that it goes to like a similar kind of deck than that. So that's why I have it at number 5. At number 4, we have Broker's Charm. This is the one that just came out. It is the Bant Charm. Now, this is 2 different shells that I think this card is in, and I really had a tough time on deciding whether to put this low on the list or have it higher, but the other 3 charms are just that good. So this card is very, very good, and I think it has the highest floor of all of them, but it has the lowest ceiling. What do I mean by that? This is the Bant Charm with green, white, and blue, and you can choose one target creature you control gets +1/+0 until end of turn. It deals damage equal to its power to target creature or planeswalker and opponent controls. Now, this is really good in almost like a Bant mid-range deck, where you have a Seeker's Chariot and things like that, maybe Wandering Emperor, a little bit more creatures, to where you can utilize the +1/+1 and damage ability of this. Now, the other 2, I think, are a little bit better, where you can destroy an enchantment. I don't know why this also doesn't say destroy an artifact, or maybe in the comments you can tell me why it doesn't say artifact. Maybe it's something about the lore or something. But destroy an enchantment, which is very relevant against Naya runes and against decks playing Reflection of Kiki-Jiki. Other than that, I think it's a pretty narrow, but the highest floor, and what I mean about this, is that you draw 2 cards. Now, this is an instant speed divination, which is great. It's amazing. If you don't need to use that damage or the destroy an enchantment, you can just draw 2 cards, which is still really, really strong. And in a Bant ramp style deck that might need to draw cards and start churning a little bit more cards to try to get to the big heavy hitters like Coma or Jin-Kataxias, anything like that, that you might want to just draw your cards and try to get to that. But you can destroy a creature or enchantment in the meantime in a little bit of a worse ability. So I think with that said, we're going to have this at number 4. At number 3, this starts getting into the, like, what do you think is better than the other one? And this is just my personal opinion. I think the next one is Riveteer's Charm at number 3, coming in hot with the Jund Charm. Black, red, and green. For an instant, choose one. Target opponent sacrifices a creature or planeswalker they control with the highest mana value among creatures and planeswalkers they control. Now, this is a really good ability, and this has already been done at 3 mana with a card like Soul Shatter. Soul Shatter does the same thing for 2 and a black, easily splashable. This card is obviously less splashable, but it has the same exact text. In a Goldspan Dragon format, this effect is really good and already makes it a 1, 2, or 3 copies of this card in your 75 if you're playing Constructed. Now, looking at the second ability, exile the top 3 cards of your library until your next end step. You may play those cards. Now, it doesn't say play one of those cards. It doesn't say that you could have to cast the cards. It says you can play those cards, which means you hit a land and 2 spells and then play all of them, which is the reason why I have this over Broker's Charm. I think this is a little bit better than draw 2 cards. This and drawing 2 cards is kind of similar in a way, even though this could draw 3 cards if you can cast them all or play a land from it. But having this target opponent sacrifices a creature or planeswalker is much better than just killing an enchantment or having a situational deal damage equal to its power ability that Broker's Charm has. And you can also exile target player's graveyard. Now, the floor of this card at exiling a graveyard isn't necessarily the best, but it could come in handy with some of the next charms that we have in some decks that we think that will be played in this new Streets of New Capenna format. Now, exiling the top 3 cards when your opponent doesn't want to play into the sacrifice is very strong. Say your opponent has a Goldspan Dragon, and they want to play that Goldspan Dragon, but you have Jund mana up, and they know you have this Riveteer's Charm. Do they play the Goldspan Dragon knowing it's going to get sacrificed because they don't want you to draw 3 cards, or do they not play it, and then you no longer have to use this sacrifice ability of this card? Then you can just end step, exile 3 cards. Cool, I can play those cards. Next turn, draw for turn, play a land from the exile, play your other 2 cards from exile. Now your opponent's so far behind because they didn't play the Goldspan Dragon. So this card puts your opponents in a really, really tough spot, and I think it deserves at least 3 copies in the 75 of Jund decks, if not, some people are talking about playing 4 in the main deck, but this card's very, very strong, but you're going to see that the next 2 cards, I believe, are even stronger. So you're going to watch to the end of the video to watch those 2. We're going to go ahead and go over to Maestro's Charm. This is the Grix's charm, and I think this is my favorite charm. I don't think it's the best one. I think it's the second best, but it's my personal favorite. I like mid-range decks if you're a fan of this channel, so you know that already. This is a blue, black, and red charm. Choose one, look at the top 5 cards of your library, put one of those cards into your hand, and the rest into your graveyard. That is really, really strong. Think of a card like Bloodthirsty Adversary. Pay 2 mana, pay 3 more, cast another card from your graveyard. This can get that Bloodthirsty Adversary into your hand from the top 5 cards. This isn't the top 2 cards. It's not the top 3 cards. It's not even the top 4 cards. It's the top 5 cards of your library. That's great card selection. You can't ask for any better than that, right? That's like Memory Deluge level, if not better. Even then, you can mill over Memory Deluge with this card and have it available in your graveyard for later if you want to do that yourself. You can also mill over cards like Malevolent Hermit and cast that 2/2 flyer back from your graveyard. And also get that Bloodthirsty Adversary in your hand to fuel it up for next turn. The graveyard synergies in this card are outrageous, and just this one ability, I think, puts this way higher up in the list. But the second mode is each opponent loses 3 life and you gain 3 life. Now, this doesn't seem like it's very strong, but imagine if you are playing a card like Bloodthirsty Adversary. That means you're probably playing a more aggressively slanted mid-range deck, maybe a mid-range / control deck with a bunch of removal spells. But this Maestro Charm is also a removal spell, which we'll talk about later. But speaking of this second ability, you can really kill your opponent out of nowhere with this. You're playing against a control opponent, you go end step, lose 3 life, gain 3 life. What do? Take 3? Or they take the 3. Then next turn, you play Bloodthirsty Adversary. You pay the 3 mana, you cast Maestro's Charm again from your graveyard, deal 3 damage to them, gain 3 life. And then all of a sudden, your Bloodthirsty Adversary now has an additional attack point because you paid 3 mana into this, and now you have another 3/3 haste creature, and now that you've just done 9 damage to them over the course of an end step and a main phase and a combat phase. It's a lot of damage. Now, if you're playing an aggressively slanted mid-range deck, I think you'll be using this mode more often than you think. We have the last mode, which is Maestro's Charm deals 5 damage to target creature or planeswalker, which, if it didn't have this much damage, I think I'd put Riveteer's Charm over this. But 5 damage to a creature or planeswalker, I think is better than opponent sacrifices something. Yes, you could have something that has 6 loyalty as a planeswalker or something, but 5 damage gets rid of basically anything you want. Yeah, it can't deal with a run in 7 Treefolk token some of the time, but unless their creature is that big, 5 damage kills almost everything in the format, if not everything. So the fact that you can look at 5 cards and get a card, and kill your opponent out of nowhere, and kill your opponent's creatures, this is one of the best mid-range cards I've seen in a very, very long time. Speaking of mid-range decks, we have the last one, and I feel like it's the best one. I don't know if there can be one better than this, but I think we have one. It's the Esper Charm. This is Obscura Charm. It is a white, blue, and black charm. It's an instant, of course. Choose one. Return target multicolored permanent card with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. Now, this has multicolored permanent. This doesn't say creature. This brings a couple things in mind for me. This is Nico Eris. This is Kaido Shizuki. You can bring those cards back from your graveyard, which is very, very strong. You can also bring cards back like Silver Quill Silencer, and I think this is best played in an Esper mid-range deck. There's that new legendary creature in Esper colors that is a 1/4 with ward 1 and flying, and you can draw cards and discard cards with the new ability of the card. So this can even fuel the Obscure Charm as well. You can draw cards and discard Kaido, and then the next turn bring Kaido back to the battlefield tapped with Obscure Charm. I think this is very strong as an instant. Even that ability right there is amazing. When your opponent goes to kill your board because you're playing a tempo deck, they want to kind of kill your board as fast as possible. You can hold Obscure Charm up and either counter target instant or sorcery spell that next mode on their card, or just let your things die and then just bring your Silver Quill Silencer or other multicolored card, or even a Kaido back from your graveyard on the end step to kind of keep the ball rolling and churning. Now, countering target instant or sorcery, that is an amazing card. Now, it can't counter things like Wandering Emperor and can't counter things like Meathook Massacre, but sometimes countering that crucial removal spell or crucial sweeper like a Doomscar can make you win. It can mean winning the game rather than losing the game, of course. There's a lot of instant sorceries that you want to kill, especially when there's a big, huge 4-mana draw spells, 4 mana, discard a card, make 2 treasure tokens, You can counter mill spells with this. You can counter a lot of things that you wouldn't think you'd be able to counter with this card. Not only that, if you didn't think that the returning things from the graveyard was good enough, or the countering spells was good enough, this also is a removal spell. If you played in Standards Past, there was a card called Eliminate. It was 1 in the black, and you can kill target creature or planeswalker with mana value 3 or less. That is exactly this card. So not only is it a removal spell, not only is it a counter spell, which is everything you want to be doing in a tempo deck, tempo mid-range, but you also get to reanimate things. So I think this is the card that has the most relevant abilities for all 3 abilities. Yes, all of the other ones are really good. Riveteer's Charm and Maestro's Charm are amazing, but they have a mode that's kind of not as played a lot or a little bit more situational. I think Obscure Charm has the highest potential to be always really good than the other 4, and that's why I have this one as the top one. Now, if you like that, let me know if you like this content like this. I don't usually do this type of content, but make sure you let me know in the comments whether you'd like me to do more tier list things like this, and let me know whether you agree with me or disagree with me down in the comments. Feel free once again to leave this a comment or a like if you liked the video, and I'll see you in the next one. And as always, peace. All right. There we go. And I just realized that I did that entire video muted. I'm just kidding. Oh my gosh, 11 months in a row. Zach, you are 1 month away from being another Charizard in the chat. If you're a Charizard in the chat, let me know. Say hi. Now you have to comment. Damn, all the effort. How I'll be able to cope. Too much effort. Your fingers will be so tired. Bob Zapper, thanks for the resub with the Prime for 2 months in a row. Thanks for coming back. You'll be a Charizard soon enough. Wow, we almost have a hype train going on. We're almost hyped. Now I think we're gonna play this mono blue control deck for like an hour. And I'm going to my fiance's house after. And we'll fix this up for, let's see. But I kind of also want to show you guys this before I play that, before I play the control deck. 1 second. Yo!
Monkey YOLO Swag 0420 cheered. X100.
Thirsty King, you're not a Charizard, you're a Charmeleon. Yeah, Monkey YOLO Swag with 100 bits started a Hypus Trainus. Thank you guys. Let the hype flow through you. Let the greed flow through you, chat. 69% on level 1 hype train. Nice. Anyways, let's go ahead and I think we're gonna do this so I can show you what we got. Who wants to see new CAPENNA swag? Who wants to see new CAPENNA YOLO swag? We have a Streets of New CAPENNA Swaggity swag that we got sent to us. If I can get it out of this lighting. PogChamp. Opening it. Oh, yeah. Well, well, well. What do we have here? Okay. Is that good or is that good? That's pretty good. Let's see what's inside. We have a little card looking at the brokers first. To whom it may concern, Congratulations, you've been invited to the brokers. A copy of the annotated laws of New Capenna is available to all the brokers following full execution of our contract. Yo, Jen Human! Thanks for the gift sub to Stream Elements. Thank you for the 500
SSJ
bits.
Zach cheered. X 500.
Yo! Thanks for the 500 bits. Insane. Thank you so much. We completed level 1. Let's go! Level 2 commence. We are certain that you will accept our very lucrative deal. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Very lucrative. Very lucrative. Looking at Obscura. Attention. Attention? Based on your information, including basic identity, mana affiliation, media presence, telepathic, mind tapping, and zodiac, you've been invited to aid the Obscura in identifying the adversary. Apply your unique talents to the mission for a reward. You won't see us, but trust that we see you. Ooh, ominous. Ominous. Looking at the Maestros, the Grixis Lords, we have, you are invited to a showcase at the Maestro's Gallery. Oh, sick. April 7th at 9 a.m. Pacific, so April 7th at noon on YouTube and Twitch. We know your value artistically, culturally, and aesthetically. Your spark of life is a priceless work of art, and if we can't have it, no one can. Riveteers. Whoa. We got a big thing, chat. Got a big thing. Like a big ad or whatever this is. Okay. A change for force. To the prospective Riveteer member. We're the best the city has to offer, and you're one of the best. When you're a Riveteer, if anyone messes with you, they'll have to deal with us. Them's the breaks. We built the whole city, and if it ain't built by us, it's demolished by us. Same for people. We build you, or we demolish you. Your choice. We're thinking of the future. We want you in it. Here's your union pin and your day one coin. There are tons of benefits to being a Riveteer. All you have to do is show up to 4/7 at 12 Eastern on YouTube and Twitch, and we know you're gonna bust out. Now, what do we get? Where's the pin? Oh, sick. We have a chalice. A chalice, you say? What else do we have? We have a Cromwell business card. Get ahead in the game. Gotta get your head in the game. Get your head in the game. There is a QR code on the back that I'm going to use right now. Okay. There's that. There's also Halo Dust. Halo Dust? Property of the adversary. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. And we also got a really cool Riveteer's pin. Sick. And we got a Streets of New Capenna Magic the Gathering coin. With Riveteers on the back. That's pretty cool. All right. What do we also have? Cabaret. Cabaret is left. Welcome to New CAPENNA. Let's celebrate your talent. We are the Cabaret. We throw the best party. We cordially invite you. Your star is rising. If you don't go to meet it, the Cabaret will go to you. Our whole life is a party. We are the Cabaret. Our business is the party. The bold attend if asked to. And if you choose to decline, no party, no life. You're cordially invited. I mean, it looks like the Riveteers gave us all more of the swag. Isn't party Bant? Yeah, I guess so. I mean, now I guess Naya is the party colors. I guess. Well, that's really cool swag. Very nice, very nice. And I know for a fact that this makes water turn blue inside the cup. Do you guys want to see what our pixie dust is? It turns blue. Do you want to see the halo dust? Now you can make a party deck. I can show it off on stream if you want. Why wouldn't we want to see it? I don't know. Alright, let me go get some water real quick. Water. Okay. Opening halo dust. It's really glittery, by the way. It's really, really glittery. Like, this is sealed and I'm still getting glitter on myself. Alright, are you ready? Yeah, totally not a recreational drug. Yeah, totally not. Definitely not. Alright. Are you ready? I'm gonna do it over here. So we can see the dust. Uh-huh. Yes, yes. A nice cup of dust for you. A nice cup of angel dust. Of halo for you, huh? Would you like my halo? Is that what you serve at raves? I mean parties? That's the Cabaret for you. They always like to trick you with the angel dust. And it's just called halo dust instead. I don't know what's in this, but I guess it's just teal glitter. Anyways, that's it. That's the swag. What do I choose? Do I just choose Obscura? No, I'm a Jun guy. I'm a Jund guy. I gotta choose Jund. So for a little bit, let's play this deck. Now, what do we have to do to make this good? Invoke the Winds is a little bit weird. It's very legal, Monka S? Oh, it's very legal. Very, very legal. It's the most legal you can get. So how are we winning with this in Historic? How do we beat Cat Oven with this? How does Mono Blue beat Cat Oven? Do we just not? We could play Karn, right? This is 24 lands when you include Jawari, but yeah, it does seem like too few lands. You exile the cat only yeah, true. With Ugin, only if they bring the cat back first, which they'll never do. No, this will be best of one. But we can put it in there just because. Do we just play Mystical Dispute in the main deck? Maybe like one of them? Karn is just good in general, that's true. Just Sharn and Mono Blue. We gotta find a way to ramp before we do this, right? Invoke the Winds is kind of bad. What card do we play against aggro that beats them? What's that card that comes into play tapped and you can tap it for any color? I mean, there's also Key to the Archive. Probably a good card to play in this deck. Reverse Rebuke and Cyclone Summoner. Is Math Manipulation too expensive? It's only good if you have decent ramp. Well, yeah, that's the point of this, is to have decent ramp. Artifact, maybe? Definitely Odawara. Moon Snare prototype? Mass manipulation without Nissa? We have a bunch of ramp. I'm looking for that artifact that comes into play tapped, but taps for any color. Wherever that card is. We play Gear Hulk, right? Yes. Cold Steel Heart. Yeah, that's it. Ooh, Mirror Shell Crab. I think we play Cold Steel Heart, though. Inventor's Fair. Do we try Lotus Field? I don't think so. We could like Lotus Field Discontinuity or Lotus Field Stifle. We could do Lotus Field. Spire of Industry. Raft Digger's Cage. I guess Pith Needle's pretty good too. There it is. Like, we could do this for, like, Lotus Field plus these cards. Or without these cards, or we can do these cards. I think Stronger Ramp might be... Like, what's Stronger Ramp? Lotus Field plus another card? I mean, Lotus Field's probably better, right? I mean, we're not going to be untapping our lands. Maybe these are better? Plus, you could, like, stifle other people's cards, too. It's either Discontinuity and Stifle and Lotus Field, or these. What's the artifact that makes colorless spells cheaper? It only makes them cheaper if we tap colorless mana, which is a reason to play this. But we wouldn't play that. It's just a 5 mana artifact, which is, like, pretty bad. Bankbuster is. I think Maze Mind Tome is better than Bankbuster because it gains life, and we're a control deck. What else is good in the Karn sideboard? Some of the Infinite? Is that good? Why is Mox Amber good? I would like Spellbomb a lot more if we could use it. I think Key to the Archive is better than Solemn. Ratchet Bomb? I don't think so. Like, we have Ugin. Nettle Cyst? We could do Nettle Cyst. There's also a Forsaken Monument. Tezzeret could be good. Console Flagship. Platinum Angel. Meteor Golem. Mortal Sun? Probably not. God Pharaoh's statue. Stonecoil Serpent. Oh, this is best of one. So we only have, like, a limited number of slots. Cage, Needle, Flagship, Statue, Golem, Angel, Vault. Is that all we need? Spyglass? We have Pithing Needle. Choose a name, activate abilities of what the chosen name can't be activated unless they're mana abilities. Graveyard Hate? We have Grafdigger's Cage. Maybe Flagship's bad? I think we should probably do a Crypt. Because Grafdigger's Cage doesn't stop all graveyard decks. Okay. So what are we cutting? 1, 2, 3. So we're gonna play this deck with no removal in it? We need like Whelming Wave or something, right? Turn all creatures that owner's hands except for Krakens, Leviathans, Octopus, and Serpent. What is the other bounce card? River's Rebuke and Cyclone Summoner? Return all non-land permanents target player controls to their owner's hand. Consuming Tide. Each player chooses a non-land permanent they control. Return all non-land permanents not chosen this way to their owner's hand. Then you draw a card for each opponent who has more cards in their hand than you. I think Consuming Tide is worse than Whelming Wave or River's Rebuke. Because, like, I have to bounce my own cards with this. Whelming Wave or River's Rebuke? I don't think I need Thassa's. Okay. What if we do this? Alright, let's try it. They scoop? Our deck's already broken, 100% win rate. What the heck? We even get a pack? Oh, we're getting gems. We're getting gems. Reputation precedes you? What's on the docket for tomorrow? Palumbo sent in Bant clues for alchemy. Bant clue. You can even do something for, like, for the thumbnail saying that, like, we're not clueless. The anti-clueless deck. Oh, this is a Shigeki Infinite deck, right? Or no? I missed, what about the thing that cut legendary rule? There's a card that does that. The mirror box. Thieves Guild Enforcer. No! Wow, we play in Historic and get immediately queued into Rogues? Oh my god, what is wrong with this? There's something majorly wrong with this picture. They also have the 1-mana card that exiles a card. We literally have to play against Rogues right now? Yikes. Siphon Insight. I guess that's a mill card. Oh, my precious Eugene. What can we get out of the sideboard for this deck? Oh, we can Tormod script ourselves.
Until you have lived as a statue, I will rid you of your corruption.
And I have to do that now, right? So if they don't, like, do Tormod script doesn't go in the graveyard and they don't, like, use it in response? We have to do this in response to the trigger of Wind Robber. So I don't draw cards in response to this trigger. Cast my Narset? That's rude.
I have practiced against many foes like you.
That's
Hone
very
your
rude.
prowess.
Alright, what else do we have? Grafdigger's Cage stops Siphon Insight and Memory Deluge. I mean, I could attack with a Cold Steel Heart, but that's not very good. I think I go for God Pharaoh's statue. No, I think I go for Grafdiggers. See if they counter this. Alright. E-Spark, Tutor, Putrefy. Tutor? I don't even know what to tutor for. We can tutor for Whelming Wave to bounce their stuff. We can tutor for Ugin, Jin Cataxius. Well, else it gets milled.
Do not pity me.
We can't cast Ugin or Jin. And they probably have a counterspell. Did they get a counterspell? They can't cast it anyway.
Mind and body should move in unison, like wind and wave.
We can't get Whelming Wave. I think I just key to the archive here. Counterspell, Defart, Future. I just want a sweeper. Sure, artifact or creature can't be regenerated. Guess I get a counterspell. 6 cards.
Put thoughtfulness before action.
They can't cast their Siphon Insights. I have 9. I have 9
Still
mana.
have much to learn.
Hopefully they don't Thoughtseize me. Because I can Demonic Tutor. If I draw a land,
Just the trick.
I can Demonic Tutor for... Okay, that's a Crippling Fear. Ooh, Karn can go get a 5-drop. But I don't think I have any 5-drops in here. Nope. I can Demonic Tutor... I can just key to the archive again. These Merfolk Windrompers can draw a card. I can Karn and kill the Narset, or at least try to. I can Mnemonic Tutor for Ugin, but that doesn't do anything. I can Mnemonic Tutor for Jin and cast it. I'm just gonna do that because I can. Not because it's good or anything, but because I would just want to. You're just gonna remove it, right? They're gonna cast a random spell and then use a removal spell? They're gonna, like, cast whatever, it gets countered, and then Noxious Grasp it? Yep. Counter it. Not Noxious Grasp, I mean like Infernal Grasp. Alright, what you got, opponent? I have to hope to not die. Don't mill my good cards, please. That's a land. Memory. I guess I can't cast that, because I have Graph Digger's Cage in play. How are they going to kill this? They can't Blood Chief's Thirst, so they only have 1 black. They can't flunk it. They're saying nice. I don't know why they're saying nice. Good game! What? What? Hello? I can Karn. Minus or God Pharaoh statue, play a land, cast this, copy it? Oh no, it's legendary. Crap. Oh well. That sucks. I'm not attacking because I don't want to lose the Thieves Guild Enforcer. We got to kill this Thieves Guild somehow. I don't know how I'm doing that, and I'm probably just gonna die to it. But their spells cost more expensive now. How do I kill this Thieves Guild Enforcer, chat? Draw on the lock? They could have drawn on the lock. That does kill Jin Cataxius. Because I have 10 cards in grave. But Drown on the Lock counters it. But I guess they could cast, like, Crippling Fear first. I don't want to die to a Flash Thieves Guild Enforcer, which is why I didn't attack there. But I'm probably just going to die to this Thieves Guild. Zarathan? No! Oh yeah, I kill it with Lightning Helix, that's true. They're gonna get my Ugin and then kill Jin. That's broken. Oh no, I don't have Ugin in my graveyard for some reason. I guess they have, like, Karn? Narset? Oh, well, it says I can't cast them from the graveyard. You can still put them in the battlefield. See? And now Karn's in play, so I can't use my keys. No! Why? Why? For why?
I will not stop.
I think I just die. I think.
I am not frightened by you.
Because I literally can't cast this because I can't tap my artifacts. Right? I cannot cast this. I can't cast Platinum Angel either. I only have 6 mana. Gosh, that sucks. Wait. No. Ugin to sideboard. What? Oh, this can only get artifacts. Ugin is not an artifact. Wow! That card messed me up. Wow. I can't do anything. I literally just can't play. They use my freaking Karn against me. That is insane. I don't even know what I can get. I can't get anything, right? Because I can't cast them. Like, I would love a lightning bolt to get rid of that, but I can't cast it. I would love all of these cards, to be honest. Man, that would have been so good. Why did I have to mill this? They let it die?
I have let my friends die.
Whoa. Jin dies, but we're alive, chat. Silver lining. What, Chiefs? How dare they? That did cost a lot of mana, though. Oh, no. That's not good.
I have reached my limit.
How do we win the game now, chat? They would draw that card. And I have to play this as a freaking blocker. It is so bad. So bad. Oh no. That is the most awful thing I've ever had to do. I need like 6 mana Ugin. Lunk. At least they can't attack with Hull this turn. Nighthawk Scavenger? I have 7 things in my graveyard? That's so bad. That's an Ugin. But it's still bad, though, because I still lose to Hull because they played the Nighthawk. How do I win this game? I need another Karn to get Platinum Angel. Honestly, Rogues is probably by far the worst matchup ever for this deck. The fact that they got my Karn off of Xerath is actually disturbing. It is literally PTSD times infinite. And I already don't like playing against Rogues. this elves now? Okay, I'm definitely dead.
I see you wish to join the vanquished dead of Domin. We will endure all trespassers.
Yikes. At least I have Whelming Wave next turn.
We will unleash an autumn of steel leaves.
If I draw a land next turn, I can go Mind Stone into Karn. Oh, wow. I just realized that Jin Kataxis plus Torrential Gearhulk gives you 2 Gearhulks. Because it's an artifact.
Our magic bears fruit.
Uh-huh. What's up, Glad Monk? We can Karn for a land drop? We can Karn for Platinum Angel. How did I beat a Platinum Angel, chat? How did I beat this Frailes? Walden Arrow, thanks for the follow. I think I just draw a card and pray. For a land so I can cast Mind Stone. Wow, we are just maximum punished. If we had land Mind Stone there, we would have been able to Torrential Gearhulk next turn. Now I need another Whelming Wave. Yikes, Regal Force! Wow! Maximum yikes! When elves has to discard the hand size. We couldn't get to Ugin fast enough. Yikes. Good thing we're playing this deck for fun and to get destroyed and not competitively. Lotsies? Well, shoot. Goodbye, Mind Stone. say a random historical fact. Don't mind if I do. Well, hello, Mindstone. Welcome to the party. Alright. Ketchup was sold in the 1830s as medicine. In 1834, it was sold as a cure for an upset stomach by an Ohio physician named John Cook. It wasn't popularized as a condiment until the late 19th century. Wow. 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 Well, goodbye, Karn. It was nice knowing ya. Well, that's a yikes. I guess I'm just gonna do that, and they're gonna let it get countered, and then that's that. They paid for it. What? Out of curiosity, how come you stopped playing Best of 3? YouTube. Funny you say that. There was some show on Netflix I was watching that mentioned Cook and his medical facility and the ketchup thing. Really? Wow. Ketchup was a physician's cure for an upset stomach. And the short answer is YouTube refinement, but the long answer is, while Best of 3 is the more competitive format, because that's what Wizards tournaments and things use for their tournaments. The YouTube audience, which is also a large factor of my income, vastly prefers Best of 1, like by a mile. Like, not even close. And Best of 1 on Twitch is still good because I can still go over the sideboards, and I still do Best of 3 content on YouTube every once in a while. Or on Twitch every once in a while. I guess I'm gonna get...
My grief fuels my mission.
Like, I could get Grafdigger's Cage here. They could have like a collected company. Unless they have the Golgari 4-drop card that kills an on-land permanent. Murderous Rider. Well, that's a card. Alright, take care, gentlemen. I'll see you in the Discord if you stop by and chat with us. That is an Elder Gargaroth. I present to you Eugene -6. Please don't kill my Eugene. Wow, they killed my Eugene. I'm upset. I'm Cabaret Spaghetti Upsetty. Do you die to haul the Storm Giants, opponent? Languish. Dead to great creature land, chat. Feels good. Let's go ahead and export this deck into Arena here. This has no basic lands in it. Well, that's a little sus. Tezzeret makes clues free. Is there a combo here with Ominous Traveler? Columbo? Key and Traveler are test cards replaceable. Okay. Keep the thing, improve it with a few substitutions. A ton of card value can be generated and does well against creature heavy decks. Okay, so we want to make a good alchemy deck with keeping the same theme. Okay. Glad Monk, thanks for the follow. We can work on this deck some tomorrow. We'll be working on this tomorrow. The next YouTube video coming up tomorrow at noon will be the Charm tier list. And then the next day, I'll be sending out to Patreon patrons the Charm tier list later on tonight, and then you'll get that tomorrow at 12 noon Eastern, and then the other deck that you already have, if you're a patron, will be for the next day, and then this will be the next day after that. It was the History Channel, and it's called The Food That Built America. That's hilarious. This is Alchemy. Alright. So we'll work on this deck tomorrow. But anyways, I hope you guys liked discussing the charms today. Those charms were absolutely busted. I think they're going to get a lot of use, a lot of value, and I can't wait to play with them. And if you haven't put this on your calendar yet, put this stream on your calendar on May 1st. We're going to be doing a tournament of, I believe, 32 to 64 players, depending. Might even be bigger than that. We'll be doing Stream League 11, hosted by myself here on this channel with Ali Eldrazi. And we'll be doing that for all of you guys to enjoy. And it'll be one of the first tournaments after New Capenna comes out. So New Capenna comes out on the 28th. We'll be doing that on the 1st. So that's going to be starting at 11 o'clock Eastern. And that'll go till around 7 o'clock p.m. depending on how fast the rounds go, how many control decks there are and things. So we'll be back. We'll be there definitely May 1st. So mark your calendars for that. But I'll see you tomorrow working on that Bant control-y deck with Shigeki and things. So without further ado, I'll go ahead and go on to another streamer here. I don't know who's streaming right now, so we're going to go ahead and double check. But thanks for hanging out. We're going to go ahead and be with my fiance tonight. We're going to watch a show called The Marvelous Miss Maisel on what is that on again? It's on Amazon shows or something. Anyways, we like that show, so we're gonna watch that tonight. Let's go ahead and send you over to the one in Best of One, Covert go blue. Thanks for hanging out. I'll see you tomorrow. And as always, Goose Gang out. Let's go!